Rivers are not just strokes on the canvas of Earth, but also profound abysses where the secrets of life and millions of years of history lie dormant. Have you ever wondered what lurks beneath waters deeper than the Eiffel Tower, where light fades and strange creatures glide like specters in a dream? Would you dare to dive into the depths where time stands still, where ancient mysteries await, and wondrous ecosystems thrive despite all challenges? Let's explore the top 10 deepest rivers on the planet. From mystical flows, nurturing diverse ecosystems, to the challenges posed by climate change and human activity. Comparing them to icons of America and Europe to better understand the power and beauty of global nature, while delving into how they have shaped local cultures and economies over centuries. Yenisei River. Russia, at number 10, the Yenisei River is a majestic flow cutting through icy Siberia, stretching 5,539 kilometers from the Mongolian Plateau to the Kara Sea in the Arctic Ocean, carrying vast amounts of water from remote and wild lands, with a maximum depth of 61 meters, 200 feet. According to World Atlas 2024, equivalent to a 20-story building, the Yenisei is like a frozen artery, bearing ancient sediments like a history book, preserving traces of nomadic tribes. This river generates immense hydroelectric power, enough to light millions of Russian households and support heavy industry, while nurturing an ecosystem with giant Siberian salmon capable of weighing up to 100 kilograms and rare migratory birds, boasting biodiversity far surpassing many European rivers like the Rhine, where urban pollution has diminished species. Compared to the Mississippi, America's fertile icon with similar depth but only half the flow, the Yenisei doubles the water volume, carrying ancient legends of Russian nomadic tribes, akin to Native American folklore along the Mississippi. However, pollution from mining, up 25% in the past decade, threatens this balance, making the Yenisei a metaphor for nature's fragility amid modern industrialization, urging the need for sustainable protection. Parana River, South America. At number 9, the Parana River flows 4,880 kilometers through Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina, merging into the Atlantic Ocean with a maximum depth of 70 meters, 230 feet, where the water churns like an underwater canyon, swirling like a fierce vortex in deep darkness, evoking South American legends of subterranean worlds. The Parana is a vital transport artery, carrying agricultural goods and minerals with a volume comparable to the Mississippi, but its ecosystem is richer, with over 700 fish species, from swift, predatory piranhas capable of snapping fishing lines in seconds, to elusive freshwater river dolphins gliding like shadows, creating a vibrant and surprising ecosystem. The Iguazu Falls, 80 meters high with over 275 smaller cascades, rival America's Niagara in tourism appeal, drawing millions annually and fueling vibrant South American cultural festivals where locals honor nature through rituals. Yet, hydroelectric projects, up 15% since 2015 and disrupting natural flow, threaten this biodiversity, making the Parana a symbol of the delicate balance between economic development, similar to dams on the Mississippi, and nature conservation, underscoring the river's role in sustaining indigenous cultures for centuries. Lena River. Russia. At number 8, the Lena River stretches 4,400 kilometers through pristine Siberia, from the Baikal Mountains to the Arctic Ocean, reaching a depth of 90 meters, 295 feet deeper than America's Statue of Liberty, a symbol of freedom and hope. The Lena is like an icy tunnel, where the crackling of freezing water forms natural sculptures, nurturing Siberian sturgeon, ancient fish that can live up to 100 years, and cold-adapted animals, with a species density higher than England's Thames, where urbanization has altered ecosystems. Compared to Europe's Danube, a historic icon with ancient cities, the Lena boasts UNESCO-recognized natural stone pillars since 2012, yet sees less tourism, mainly serving indigenous Yakut communities with mystical Russian folklore, similar to Celtic legends along European rivers. Climate change, melting ice 10% faster over the past decade, raises water levels and threatens ecosystems, turning the Lena into a reminder of nature's resilience amid global changes and highlighting the need for action to preserve its icy beauty for future generations. Brahmaputra River. Asia. Moving to South Asia, the Brahmaputra. At number 7, winds 2,900 kilometers from the snow-capped Himalayas through Tibet, India, and Bangladesh, reaching a depth of 135 meters, 440 feet. Per 2023 geological studies in some gorges deeper than England's Big Ben, a symbol of British history. This sacred river roars like a fierce dragon, its waters swirling between steep cliffs like impregnable fortress walls, delivering fertile silt to lush plains, but also unleashing floods as devastating as America's Hurricane Katrina, affecting millions annually. Compared to America's underwater Grand Canyon, a geological marvel with ancient rock layers, the Brahmaputra sustains millions with shimmering hills of fish and an ecosystem of over 1,000 species, while serving as a Hindu symbol of eternal life through ancient festivals. Akin to Native American rituals along the Mississippi, climate change, melting Himalayan snow 20% faster than the previous decade, heightens flood risks and alters flow, making the Brahmaputra a powerful hymn to nature's untamed force and a call for international cooperation to protect it. Mekong River, Southeast Asia. At number 6, the Mekong River, Southeast Asia's lifeblood, stretches 4,350 kilometers from the Tibetan Plateau through 6 countries to the South China Sea, with a depth of 100 meters, 328 feet in its gorges, like a 30-story building submerged in misty darkness, where the water's murmur echoes like ancient whispers from distant mountains. The Mekong, like a winding dragon, nurtures over 1,200 fish species, including giant catfish weighing over 300 kilograms, larger than North American bears, and a vital protein source for 70 million people along its banks. Compared to the Mississippi, the Mekong has similar flow, but double the biodiversity, supporting Vietnam's Mekong Delta rice basket, a global export leader, and vibrant river festivals. Akin to Mississippi's boat and folk music traditions, hydroelectric dams, doubling in number since 2010 and disrupting natural flow, threaten this ecosystem, making the Mekong a fragile thread linking nations and future generations, while emphasizing its role in regional peace through international agreements. Amazon River, South America. At number 5, the Amazon River, South America's marvel, spans 7,062 kilometers through Peru, Colombia, and Brazil, reaching a depth of 100 meters, 328 feet near its mouth like a freshwater ocean, with a flow 7 times that of the Mississippi, creating a mystical underwater world where light pierces like faint rays of hope through darkness. The Amazon is a biological paradise with over 3,000 fish species, from ferocious piranhas, sharp as blades, to rare pink river dolphins gliding like rosy specters, surrounded by a rainforest Earth's green lung home to jaguars, anacondas, and vibrant birds, with biodiversity 10 times that of Europe's Black Forest. Compared to Europe's Danube, the Amazon lacks urban history but is rich in indigenous culture through thousands of tribes, similar to America's Navajo heritage with nature-honoring rituals, and a hotspot for ecotourism with over 10 million annual visitors. Yet, deforestation, up 15% in the past decade, demands global conservation action, highlighting the Amazon's role in combating climate change. Zambezi River, Africa. At number 4, the Zambezi River flows 2,574 kilometers through 6 African countries, reaching a depth of 116 meters, 381 feet in the Batoka Gorge, a spectacular abyss where water roars like thunder through ancient cliffs. The Zambezi is renowned for Victoria Falls, 108 meters high, creating the smoke that thunders and eternal rainbows. Akin to Niagara but wilder with double the water force, attracting global adventure tourism. Its rich ecosystem, with over 200 fish species, including fierce tigerfish like underwater warriors, plus crocodiles, hippos, elephants, and antelopes along its banks, supports rafting tourism and hydropower for 50 million people, rivaling the wild beauty of America's Yellowstone with its diverse wildlife. Compared to the Mississippi, the Zambezi is deeper but has less flow, a treasure of African nature symbolizing vibrant life and pristine beauty, inspiring African folklore about nature's power. Danube River, Europe. At number 3, The Danube River stretches 2,850 kilometers from Germany's Black Forest to the Black Sea, reaching a depth of 178 meters, 584 feet deeper than America's underwater Grand Canyon in some sections, where rock layers tell geological tales of millions of years. The Danube, like a silken ribbon, connects Europe since Roman times, its gentle flow like a symphony, hosting an ecosystem with over 500 animal species and inspiring Strauss's Blue Danube, a European musical masterpiece. Compared to the Mississippi, the Danube supports equivalent trade volume but spans 10 countries, fostering EU cooperation and environmental protection with a 30% pollution reduction since 2000. Romantic cities like Vienna and Budapest along its banks are cultural icons, making the Danube a thread weaving Europe's history from ancient empires to modern unions. Yangtze River, China. At number 2, the Yangtze River. China's longest and the world's third longest, stretches 6,300 kilometers from the Tibetan Plateau to the East China Sea, reaching a depth of 200 meters, 656 feet in the Three Gorges, deeper than America's Empire State Building. An icon of industrial might, the Yangtze, like a giant dragon coiling through steep cliffs and ancient caves, creates mystical shadows evoking legends, Adoria legends of river gods from antiquity. This economic lifeline irrigates millions of hectares of farmland and powers the Three Gorges Dam, the world's largest hydropower project, producing 22,500 megawatts, double America's Hoover Dam, transforming China's energy landscape. The Yangtze's ecosystem hosts rare sturgeon and the critically endangered finless porpoise, with only about 80 individuals left per a 2024 survey, a warning of nature's fragility amid development. Compared to the Mississippi, the Yangtze has 50% greater flow and deeper cultural history tied to ancient dynasties in Chinese poetry, akin to the Mississippi's role in American literature. Yet, industrial pollution and dams, reducing downstream water levels by 10%, threaten its ecosystem and dependent communities, making the Yangtze an eternal tale of nature, culture, and human progress, with its depths holding secrets for future scientists. Congo River, Africa. Topping the list is the Congo River, the world's deepest river, exceeding 220 meters, 720 feet, per 2025 geological studies, deeper than the Eiffel Tower, or nearly as deep as America's underwater Grand Canyon, where geological layers narrate Earth's history, stretching 4,700 kilometers. Africa's second longest river, the Congo is a colossal abyss carved into the earth, its roaring waters navigating steep gorges and underwater canyons, creating a lightless labyrinth with water pressure like a black hole's pull, holding unexplored geological secrets. Compared to the Mississippi, the Congo has double the flow and is a geological marvel shaping Central Africa, winding through the world's second largest rainforest home to gorillas, forest elephants, and bonobos, with wildlife density unmatched elsewhere, akin to the Amazon, but with unique African species. Its aquatic ecosystem, a treasure with over 700 fish species, including glowing electric fish and blind fish adapted to eternal darkness, supports fishing for 40 million people and local economies, providing 30% of Africa's fresh water, transportation, and trade. The Congo is a cultural hub with legends of river gods and vibrant indigenous festivals, similar to Mississippi's religious rituals. Yet, logging and mining, up 12% since 2020, threaten its rainforest, making the Congo a symbol of resilient yet vulnerable life amid climate change, calling for global action to sustainably harness its ecotourism potential. Thank you for joining us on this journey through these riverine wonders. If you enjoyed this exploration, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Which river intrigues you most, the mysterious depths of the Congo or the poetic beauty of the Danube? Let us know which river you'd choose to explore and why, whether you're drawn to the Amazon's wild power or the Lena's icy resilience. See you on the next adventure, uncovering more of Earth's secrets.